Hello, welcome to Math with Mr. Dobrescu. To the rescue. Let's continue again to solve this equation. And again, we are going to use the distributive property. I love the distributive property and I'm going to use it again today so we can get more practice in order for us to get proficient in solving equations involving the distributive property. And if we look at this equation here, we have a parenthesis, we have 6, again, times 5 minus 8w plus 12 equals negative 54. And of course, we are going to use the distributive property first in order for us to get rid of the parentheses. So use the distributive property first. We are going to use the distributive property first in order for us to solve our equation. So again, we are going to draw the arrows. We are going to multiply 6 times 5. 6 times 5 becomes 30. And then we are going to multiply 6 times negative 8w. So we have 6 times 8, 48. So minus 48 v, actually, not w, plus 12 equals negative 54. Now we don't have parentheses anymore because we got rid of the parentheses by using the distributive property. Now we are going to combine the like terms. So again, let's combine like terms. So step number 2 would be to combine the like terms. And let's take a look to see if we have any like terms in this equation. And again, like terms, they have to be on one side of the equation. Here we just have negative 54, but here we have 30 and positive 12, which are like terms because they are just whole numbers. So let's circle 30 and 12, and we are going to add 30 plus 12, and that becomes 42. So we are going to get 42 from that. And we still have negative 48v. So negative 48v plus 42, because that's positive, equals negative 54. And of course, here we combine the like terms, step number 2, which was 30 and 12. And now we are going to subtract 42 on both sides. You see, 42 does not have the variable next to it. Here we have negative 48 with the variable times v. They are glued together. We have two things here, negative 48 and v glued together. But 42 does not have a pair. So because 42 does not have a variable next to it, we are going to undo the addition first here. And 42 has to go home first by subtracting 42 on both sides of the equation. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other side of the equation. So step number 3 would be to subtract 42 on both sides. On both sides of the equation. So let's subtract 42 on both sides of the equation. And here we see that 42 minus 42 cancels out, becomes a 0. And here we are left over with negative 48v equals, and the same thing like in the previous problem, we have negative 54 and we are going to combine with negative 42. And it means that we are adding negatives. We are adding those negatives together, and in the answer we still are going to have negatives here. So if we add 4 plus 2, we get 6. And 4 plus 5, we get 9. So we get negative 96. Okay? And now, step number 4 would be to undo the multiplication by the opposite, right? So the opposite of multiplication is division. So now we are going to divide both sides by negative 48. Negative 48 on both sides. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side, negative 48. And in this case, now step number 4, divide divide negative 48 on both sides of the equation. So let's divide negative 48 on both sides of the equation. Negative 48 divided by negative 48 becomes a big 1v equals, we got the v by itself now. And now again, negative divided by negative becomes a positive. And actually, 96 divided by 48 becomes a 2. Okay? Because 2 times 8 is 16. 6 carry the 1. 2 times 4, 8 plus 1, 9. 96. So v equals 2 is our solution to this equation. And of course, we're going to check to make sure we get the true statement, and that in fact is the right answer. So let's check. Again, I'm going to write kind of small here to the side. So we have 30 minus 48 times, instead of v, we are going to put 2. 48 times 2 plus 12 should equal negative 54. Sorry for my mess here, but it's right here. I'm using a black ink. Now again, we are going to solve this side of the equation, and our goal is to get negative 54. Okay? Again here, we are looking at this side of the equation, and multiplication comes first. We have subtraction, multiplication, and addition. So, but first we have to multiply those two numbers together. 48 times 2. 2 times 8, 16. 6 carry the 1. 2 times 4, 8 plus 1, 9. We get 96. Just like here, 96, right? So, negative 96, right? And we still have the 30. 30 minus 96 plus 12 should equal negative 54. Let's find out if that is the case. And of course, we are going from left to right. We have 30 and negative 96. So if we combine those two together, 30 and negative 96, of course, negative is going to be in the answer. Okay, it's like 96 minus 30. That's what it means. 96 take away 30, but it's going to be a negative because negative 96 is more negative than positives, right? So we have here a 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. So that's going to be negative 66. Negative 66 plus 12 should equal negative 54. Is that the case? And the answer is yes. Because negative 66 plus 12, again, negative 66 is more negatives. So the answer is going to be negative here, right? And if we take away 12 from 66, we get 54. Negative 54 equals negative 54, and we get a true statement. I apologize for having to write this smaller, but you got the idea, right? We were able to get a true statement. Therefore, v equals 2 is the solution to our equation. And again, we did a step by step. We used the distributive property first by drawing the arrows and distributing 6 over 5 and 6 over negative 8v, getting rid of the parentheses first. Then we combine the like terms 30 and 12, step number 2. Next, we subtracted 42 on both sides, and finally, we divided negative 48 on both sides and got v equals 2. Thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate you paying attention to how to solve this type of equations, and please continue to practice solving equations using the distributive property. Thank you all so much again, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. All the best to you.